Hi, now we're back and we're ready to start entering and creating your budget. So the first thing you're going to do, you're going to be on the home screen. You've already gone through the window that talked about your trial period. And if you were in trial period, you would have clicked the close button. And then you're at the home screen. You're going to click on the little square on the left-hand side that says create a new budget cash flow worksheet. So I'm going to click on that now. A window will come up that says create a new budget cash flow worksheet. Create and enter a personal, company, or department name to identify this new budget cash flow worksheet. So in this case, I would put in here personal. You could put anything you wanted. And I'm calling this personal budget. Again, you can give it any name you would like. You'll see below that, after you've entered the name, it says percentage of profit and loss, and it has a P&L in parentheses. And then it says underneath it, this is your percentage of ownership. Well, if it's your personal, you own 100% of your personal budget, so it'd be 100. But what if you owned a company that you were doing a budget on, that you were partners with someone and you were 50-50 partners? Now the budget would reflect how the overall company did. But when we get later into the global part of the cash flow, you only get 50% of the profit from that company or 50% of the loss. That you'll see later on how that works out in the global. So you need to put what percentage of ownership you have in the individual budget you're doing. Since it's personal, it's all yours is just personal. So that would be 100%. Again, if it was a partnership and it was 50-50 partnership, then you would put in 50%. So in our case, we've entered 100. And then we'd click Create Now. So we have now clicked the Create Now button. It's now open, and in this segment of the tutorial, we're going to discuss the information that you find at the top of the screen and also the cell that's called Cash on Hand, beginning of month. So at the very top of your screen, you're going to see the beginning budget report date. There's a little down arrow that you would click, and then you can pick, there's arrows at the top of that window that then comes up, where by clicking on the left or the right, you can click, if you click on the left side, it goes month by month, it clicks back month by month. So if you were starting on a calendar date, let's say you were going to do next year's budget that began in 2013. So we would want to run this out till January 2013. I normally recommend starting on the first day of the month, where you go down. It's already by default on the first of that month, but you want to click on that, and it enters up to the top right in the window that says beginning date January 1st, 2013. Now the next window, it says revision date. This is the date that you've last saved information on that budget. When you've opened it and saved information, the reason for this is you're going to want to know. Let's say you started a budget out on January the 1st, 2013. That was the day you started. Well, maybe on the 7th or the 8th, you went in and made revisions. You said, boy, I forgot this expense, or that amount was wrong. You want to know that you have the latest version of that budget when you go to look at them. And you'll find yourself looking back saying, what's the date on that? When did I create it? Is this the latest version when I made changes? So that gives you the revision date. And if you look over to the right, it has another little box at the top that says percentage of P&L. That was determined, if you remember, when we set this company up. You can go back to that screen and change that amount, but you can't change it from the window or the screen that we're in. You have to go back to the setup screen when you created the company to change that percentage of ownership if you ever needed to change it. The last box that we're going to talk about right now is the cash on hand beginning of the month. It is in the upper left-hand corner, and that box, if you go across to the right, 1, 2, 3, 4, the fifth cell over, it is white, and underneath it says beginning balance, and since it's a brand new budget, it says zeros right now. But that cash on hand beginning of the month, what that represents is, let's say you started this budget on December 1st, 2013. That would say, how much money did you have in cash as of December 31st, 2012? That's the money you're going into this budget with that came from a previous period. So that's where you would enter your cash on hand the day before that you started the new budget. So that gives you a place to begin from your beginning cash on hand. So at that point, in just a second, we're going to go on and cover the other areas, and thank you very much.